Welcome to the channel if it's your first time here, and welcome back if it's not. Now in today's Fix It Friday, which is sponsored by AliExpress, we're going to be looking at this. And this is a Game Boy Color that I picked up on eBay. It was sold as faulty for £38. And essentially the fault is the screen doesn't look very good. I mean, to be honest, the screens on these don't look very good anyway, but it seems to have sort of lines on and it's a bit of a mess. And also it's missing the battery cover. The case is a little bit battered and bruised. It looks like it's been dropped a few times. It's sort of quite a deep scratch on the screen there. And yeah, I mean, look at the label. Who put that on at Nintendo? Were they drunk or something? That's proper wonky. Let me show you what it's doing. It's going to be quite difficult to show you, but I'll give it a go because it's hard to see the screen and film the screen. So yeah, I've got this EverDrive cartridge for the Game Boy Color that I picked up on AliExpress. I think it was around about 25 quid for this. And it's actually a new version that's got a reset button on the top there, which is quite handy. So yeah, let's turn it on and see what it does or not. Oh God, that's really hard to see. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that at all. I was having trouble finding it on the camera. There is a display there, but it's very faint. This is definitely crying out for a new screen. Now, before I show you the new screen, if you're interested in buying a replacement screen for your Game Boy Color or anything else for that matter, if you look at the codes on the screen here, they will give you some discounts from purchases at AliExpress. Now they do have an expiry date which is shown on the bottom of the screen. If the expiry date has passed when you're watching this video, then look in the video description and I'll make sure there's some up-to-date ones right there. So yeah, let me show you the kit that I picked up for this and we can get cracking. So the kit comes with a Hispeedido replacement screen. I've installed lots of Hispeedido products before from AliExpress. Really like them. Okay, so we've got our replacement screen and it's got adhesive around the edge. We've got a driver board for the screen, which plugs into that. We've got some wires. These tap off the power switch to send power to the screen. We've got some Captain tape and attach this insulation film to the metal surface on the back of the screen. Okay, so that stops things from shorting out. The kit also comes with the screwdrivers you'll need to open your Game Boy Color. I won't use these because I prefer magnetic screwdrivers, but I've got a full replacement shell. Now there's two reasons why I've got a replacement shell. Firstly, because I liked the color of this one, and also this one's a bit damaged. But thirdly, you can buy the screen kit on its own and fit it into an original Game Boy Color shell, but there's a lot of cutting and fettling involved to get it in position and get it all in. And I just thought, because the case is a bit ratty anyway, I might as well get a brand new case. So it will be in this shell eventually. We've got some replacement rubbers. There's a replacement sticker for the back of it, and we've got a full set of screws as well. So if you buy the kit on its own without the shell, it's around about £46. If you buy it with the shell like I have, it's around about £55, £56. So yeah, essentially the new shell costs you £10, but it's all cut and ready for the screen to just drop into. So yeah, first thing to do really is get this open, get it apart and start taking the bits out ready to transplant into our new shell. So let's get out the grey mat and do that. There we go. So to open our Game Boy Color up, we need to flip it over. And ordinarily you'd have to take off the battery cover, but we don't have a battery cover. And then yeah, we've got to remove these 6 tri-wing screws. I think they're a Y1 from memory. So while we're getting into this Game Boy Color, let's shout out my channel members. Channel members have gone one step above subscribing to the channel, which is completely free by the way, and they've actually offered a small monthly donation to help support it. If you want to become a channel member, just scan the QR code in the corner of the screen or follow the link in the video description. Anyway, our channel members at time of editing are the Kip fans and the Kip early birds, who are Tim Salt, Sorcerer Stan, Mark C, Rob Lynn, Joseph Neal and Paul Monaghan.
And then I love these people so much. They are the lovely Kip lovers, and they are Bella Webster, Stez Stickspix, Lawrence, Scott Kendall, Pross Retrofix, DD Media Production, Lee Benz, Ann and David Hughes, James and Danny, and Alex Bennett. Then we have got the nuttiest people in all the land. They are the Kip Nutters, and they are Becky Boobar, Alan Green, and Danielle Adele. And then boom, right at the top there, we have got our Kip Mentor, and that is RJ Prate. Thank you so much, RJ, for your continued top level support. It really is appreciated. And big love to my channel members, no matter what level they're at. Anyway, I think I'm about done.
That's what she said.
Okay, this screw doesn't seem to want to lift out, so yeah. There we go. That made it lift out. So to take the main board out of the shell, we've got to disconnect the screen first. And you do that just by lifting up these sort of browny, grey tabs either side of the ribbon connector. And then we can just pull the cable out. So once that's clear, we've got to remove these 3 Phillips head screws. So in theory now, our board should just lift straight out. And it does. So all we're left with is the rubbers and buttons, the original failing screen, and we've also got the shield for the IR blaster here. But yeah, this is probably one of the easiest Game Boys to dismantle. Right, so I think what I'm going to do with this shell now is I'm just going to put it on eBay as untested. Joking. We'll keep hold of that. I think the new shell comes with everything we need. If it doesn't, we can rob some bits from the old case. Okay, so let's get our new shell out. Let's see what we've got. Some replacement rubbers here, and we've got some replacement buttons. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. The bit of plastic for the IR blaster seems to actually just be a solid bit of plastic. I don't really know what the IR blaster functionality does, but I'd like to retain it, so I'm going to take the IR blaster from the original case. But it does come with a new power switch as well, so that's fine. I would say that this is sort of an okay quality case. I don't think it's the best case I've got. It's not as good as the ones I got for the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Advance SP, but it's all right. And it means that I don't have to fettle and cut down another case. So yeah, it's all right. Yeah, we've got a replacement sticker to go on the back there as well, but I'll do that at the end. Oh yeah, and yeah, we've got some brand new screws as well, should we wish to use them. All right, okay, well, I think our first job really should be to get our new screen into this, and then we can go from there. So I'm going to leave the protective film on the front of this for now. It mentions that because it's a laminated screen, you mustn't press down on this bit at all when inserting it. So that's important. So I'm just going to take the bits of sticky off, and yeah, I've just got to try and angle this into the case, but also keep the bit of screen protector tape out. That's in the case. Nice. Yeah, I'll leave the screen protector on for now because it's going to be flat on my worktop. Cool, right. I've made a small mistake. Now, essentially, what I should have done is I should have attached the driver board onto the screen before installing it. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem because it just sort of tucks under the little lip that's created. So if I can just get that through there. Yeah, so you're meant to put this on the back of the screen, Captain tape it down, and put it into the case, but I haven't done that. So if you can see the sort of ribbon cable there, that needs to bend down and go onto the connector there. So I think I'm going to put that under the microscope so you can see it a little clearer. And yeah, once that's in position and locked down, we can use the Captain tape they provided and tape the board in position. And then once that's all in, we have to put this sticker on to stop this board shorting against our Game Boy motherboard. Okay, so that's a little bit clearer for you. You can see the connector here that's got to go into the connection here. So let me try and do that. Nice, that feels okay. Also got to do the solder for the battery connection. All right, and I'm just gonna use the Captain tape supplied to hold this board down in position. Yeah, you've got to make sure the Captain tape doesn't go over the battery connector. What we need to solder in a minute. Right, okay, so that's the board sort of Captain tape into position. It's not like completely rammed, stuck down. There is a little bit of flex there because we might need to move things around for this cable to get back into our Game Boy, but we should be okay. So let me get this battery wire soldered onto the battery terminal. They've even included a blob of solder, which is super helpful. So the ribbon cable came inserted already and it's this way round, so we don't need to do anything with that. There we go. So I'll just put this protective film on very loosely. That's roughly it really. We've got our little battery wire sort of coming out the side here. Should be able to get that through, and this film isn't like pressed down hard. We do need to start building up this side of the case now, so that's exciting. So we'll get out our new buttons. D-pad. Yeah, so we will put the original IR blaster plastic in. These Hispeedido cases are actually quite good for lifting the Game Boy off the surface, so the buttons sit down a bit better. Got a new switch here for the power. The bumpy bit of it goes into the bottom of the case. Nice. And yeah, we can actually just drop in our board again. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'll screw the board into position. So we've just got to put back those 3 Phillips screws. Because we're screwing into new plastic, it will be a little bit tighter. So I think now we've got to solder on the wire to the switch. I'll go back under the microscope so you can see clearly where that's got to go, because the terminals on the switch are quite small. So yeah, let's get the microscope back out. So the end of our wire that comes from the battery terminal on the screen board has to go here to where it says C. So I'm just going to put a fresh blob of solder on there. I'm just going to bend the wire around and then solder it onto our C. So we're doing that so once the Game Boy is actually on, it sends power to the screen board to power it up. Actually, let's do this under the microscope while we're here. So this is our ribbon cable for the screen. So that's got to go around into our board, like so. And then yeah, we just got to pull down these tabs to lock it in position. Right, so that is everything finished. So all that's left to do now is put the rear cover on and those 6 tri-wing screws, and we should be golden. So let's put it together with the power of YouTube and get it all finished. Well, there it is. That looks pretty good. I put the sticker on. It's a little bit straighter than the original Nintendo sticker. And yeah, we've got the batteries installed in the battery compartment. One last job to do is just to peel off the screen protector. Oh yes, now that looks like a Game Boy Color. Or does it? It doesn't quite, because you can't see the logo. Well, let's put in the game and see what happens. Right, let's turn it on. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now the screen is appearing to flicker on the camera. It doesn't look like that at all in reality. It's absolutely rock solid. But yeah, this screen actually has a little bit of a party trick to change the settings of it. So it's actually a touch screen. So if we press and hold in the bottom part of the screen here for 5 seconds, we can actually change the brightness. We can actually change the color mode. You have to press on the arrows. My fat fingers are sort of getting in the way, but yeah, we can turn the scan lines on or off with the pixel effect. Let's put the color mode back down to 1. So let's put the screen into its dimmest. So that is the screen at its dimmest. Let's whack it up to its brightest. Okay, so level 4 is its brightest. That's pretty good. I think if we swipe up, we can adjust the FRM, which is the transparency. We can move the screen position about, and we can, hopefully, really hard to film and get your finger in the right place. We can change the Game Boy Color logo. Love it. There we go. So that's where the Game Boy Color logo has gone. Actually, let's turn the scan lines off because I hate those. There we go. Oh, that looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. And yeah, it's a bigger screen than the original as well. Can you see? Right, so let's find a Game Boy Color game. I mean, considering how it looked before, and we literally couldn't see a thing, and how it looks now, that is so good. Such a big level. There we go. At the end now. I can't get over how good that screen looks. It is beautiful. It is so, so good. And I love the fact we've got that little light up Game Boy Color logo at the bottom of the screen there. My only sort of about this is the case. It doesn't feel as good a quality as some other cases that I've got from AliExpress, and also some of the Hispeedido cases that I've got from AliExpress. It's perfectly passable, and it doesn't feel sort of flimsy or anything, but I just don't think the quality is quite as good. But it's perfectly all right and better than the knackered one that this came with. So if you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you in any way, please do make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do lots of little console upgrades and things like that, and yeah, I'm sure you'll find a video that you'll enjoy. And if you wait till the end of the video, there'll be some that come up on your screen. So yes, I don't think I've got anything else to say, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but for now, it's game over.